You're watching Moments with Jill Walker. Today I'm talking about the 5 Crowns of Reward, Part 2. Remember yesterday I talked about 3 of those 5 crowns. I'll briefly talk about them in about 1 minute or less. The first one I talked about yesterday was the incorruptible crown. It is 1 Corinthians 9, 24 and 25. It's those who deny themselves and they endure whatever it takes. Whatever sacrifice it costs them, they're willing to do that. Those who follow Jesus all the way, no matter what sacrifice and denying of themselves it would cost them. The second is the crown of rejoicing, found in 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 19. This is the soul winner's crown. It's a good one to win for those who have led others to Jesus or possibly have even just witnessed to them. That's the crown of rejoicing. The third crown I talked about yesterday was the crown of life. James chapter 1 verse 12. This crown is for those who undergo severe tests and maybe even possible physical pain. They could have been even a martyr. That's why it's called the crown of life, because they're willing to give their very life, even if they have to be a martyr. They love Jesus so much. Now, this fourth crown out of the 5 is a new one today that I'm going to talk about. It's called the crown of righteousness. This crown is found in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8. This crown is for those who have lived a good and righteous life for Christ and are looking forward to his return. Do you believe in the rapture? And do you believe in the second coming? Those are 2 separate events. I'll talk about those another time. We don't have time today, but if you're looking forward to the Lord's return and you really believe he is coming back and you're living a good and righteous life, you are being a real Christian, not just wearing a face on Sundays, but you are really living it 24 hours a day and keeping your heart clean, repentant of sins that you've done as a born-again believer. If you're doing that, you could possibly win the crown of righteousness. The last crown, and these are just crowns that I have. These are not the real crowns, of course. The real crowns will be so much more beautiful than what you're seeing. But this last crown is really a special crown for me because it's called the crown of glory. The crown of glory is mentioned in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 1 through 4. It's for those who preach or teach or help others learn about God. They open up the Bible. They expound the Word of God to people. They explain the meaning of the Word of God. They're teachers, preachers, and evangelists and missionaries. Oh, there's been many missionaries that have given their lives teaching and preaching to those around the world in foreign countries who have never heard the gospel of how to be born again. So this crown of glory is for those that are in that category. Again, found in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 1 through 4. You might be asking, why would God give a crown? Because he appreciates so much that we're giving our life back to him. Because Jesus gave his life for you and for me. The greatest decision you'll ever make is being born again. It's more important than winning any crown. Honestly, I hardly even think about getting any crowns in heaven. I don't do what I do because I think, oh, I'm going to get a crown someday, so I think I'll do it. That's not the right motive. That's just a side effect of something that my heart wants to do, whether I ever get a crown or not. And anyway, it says in Revelation that the crowns that we win, we're going to take them off and lay them down at Jesus' feet. Now, whether he gives them back to us or not, I do not know. All I know is we will not feel worthy in ourselves to keep those crowns, because we know that anything we have ever received has only been because of Jesus making a way for us to be born again and to go to heaven someday to live with him. You've been watching Moments with Jill Walker. God bless you today.